is very vulnerable to objects floating in the galaxy. Just one large meteor is enough to destroy the entire planet. Therefore, to survive, humans need to find ways to reach out into the universe. To date, Mars is the planet with the highest potential for habitability in the solar system. However, the current conditions on the red planet are extremely harsh for humans. As we all know, Mars is a rocky planet with a thin atmosphere, with surface features similar to impact craters on the Moon, volcanoes, valleys, deserts, and polar ice caps on Earth. The radius of Mars is approximately half that of Earth. Its density is lower than Earth's, with a volume of only 15%, and a mass of only 11%. The surface area of the red planet is only slightly smaller. The total land area on Earth is primarily composed of basalt rock. Mars lost its magnetosphere 4 billion years ago. As a result, the solar wind interacts directly with the planet's ionosphere, reducing atmospheric density and gradually stripping away atoms from the outer layer. The Martian atmosphere is extremely thin, 100 times thinner than Earth's, containing 95% carbon dioxide, 3% nitrogen, 1.6% argon, and traces of oxygen and water vapor. The atmosphere is quite dusty, containing dust particles about 1.5 micrometers, giving the Martian sky a yellowish-brown color when viewed from the surface. Among the planets in the solar system, the seasons on Mars are the most similar to Earth's, due to the nearly equal axial tilt of the two planets. The length of seasons on Mars is about twice that of Earth, because Mars' distance from the Sun is greater, resulting in a year on this planet being approximately 2 Earth years. Martian temperatures range from very low, from minus 87 degrees Celsius in winter at the poles, to minus 5 degrees Celsius in summer. And to travel to Mars, we will face a major challenge, which is distance, because Mars is very far from Earth, ranging from 55 million to 400 million kilometers, meaning the journey to Mars will be extremely difficult. To send a spacecraft to Mars takes up to 8 months, and only when we depart at a specific time. This opportunity occurs only once every 2 years, when the distance between Earth and Mars is the shortest. Many spacecraft have been sent to Mars, but most have been destroyed or lost, with only about 1/3 being successful. So when will humans set foot on Mars? Billionaire Elon Musk, founder and CEO of SpaceX, confident that humans will set foot on Mars within the next 5 years. That is, before 2026. I would be very surprised if we don't land on Mars in the next 5 years. Elon Musk told Time magazine when discussing how SpaceX will bring humanity to Mars. But can we actually live there? It can be said that NASA has found a way for us to actually live on Mars. Humans need food, water, shelter, and clothing to live on Earth. On Mars, all the above factors will be present, plus oxygen. When going to Mars, the first and most important factor is the water source. Water is the fundamental component that constitutes all life. Bringing water from Earth to Mars is unfeasible. Therefore, to live on Mars, we must find a way to create a water source right there. When looking at the surface of Mars, you might feel like the entire planet is a giant desert. But that's not actually the case. Recently, the European Space Agency ESA and the Russian Space Agency Roscosmos reported discovering a large amount of water beneath the Martian surface. The water was detected by the neutron particle detector on the ExoMars Trace gas orbiter, a tool capable of mapping hydrogen, an indicator measuring water content located several meters deep beneath the Martian. Water has long been proven to exist on the red planet, but most is located at the 2 poles in the form of ice. Water ice is not found near the equatorial surface because the temperature here is not cold enough to maintain ice. The water-containing area is quite large and overlaps with the deep valleys of Candor Chasma, one of the largest canyons of Valles Marineris. Valles Marineris is the largest known canyon system in the solar system, with a length of over 4,000 kilometers, a width of 200 kilometers, and a depth of up to 7 kilometers. Scientists believe it was formed from lava erosion. flown from the slopes of the shield volcano Pavonis Mons. And so, the amount of water on Mars is quite large, but most exists as ice or underground. Converting it into usable water requires much effort, but is entirely feasible. NASA has also successfully tested oxygen-generating technology to help humans live on Mars. Although everything is just beginning, oxygen-generating technology on another planet could pave the way for science fiction stories to become reality. The tool named MOXIE, integrated into the Perseverance rover, completed the mission of creating the first oxygen atoms on the red planet on April 20, 2021. MOXIE produced 5 grams of oxygen, enough for an astronaut to breathe for about 10 minutes. In theory, MOXIE could produce 10 grams of oxygen per hour, as the Martian atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide. MOXIE works by separating oxygen atoms from carbon dioxide molecules, and releasing carbon monoxide back into the atmosphere. When water and oxygen are resolved, the next issue is what we will eat. We will use hydroponics, a soil-free plant cultivation technique, using only water and chemical nutrients to produce food. But we won't be able to grow more than 15 to 20% of the necessary food here, at least until there is flowing water on the Martian surface. American scientists are considering building greenhouses on Mars, growing various fruits and vegetables, from carrots to peppers. Astronauts will care for that garden, harvest and process, along with ingredients brought from Earth to prepare their daily meals. The purpose of this plan is to help astronauts get enough nutrition and minerals to ensure health, in order to perform their assigned tasks well. But in the near future, most food will be sent from Earth in dried form. If we actually get there, what will human bases be like to allow survival and living on the red planet? Initially, people might use inflatable chambers capable of pressure regulation as dwellings. But this is only a temporary solution due to the high levels of radiation from the sun and space here. For humans to live on this harsh planet, appropriate technologies need to be developed, such as preparing durable materials and efficient systems to build the first settlements. NASA has partnered with Bradley University in the US to organize a competition for designing living spaces for explorers on Mars. And the winning design of the competition was the project by the AI Space Factory team from New York. The first dwelling for astronauts on Mars was created at a 1:3 scale using 3D printing technology. The first real houses on Mars will be built using the technology of the AI Space Factory team. Because this technology enables project implementation in a short time and at low, especially since Martian soil is extremely suitable as material for 3D print. NASA plans to use this technology to design housing systems for future crewed missions to the Moon and Mars. Additionally, we will need protective suits to prevent radiation and keep the body warm. So we have all the necessary factors for life on Mars, and this is entirely achievable. But of course, human ambition doesn't stop there. The next step to truly master Mars is to restructure the entire planet, turning it into a place similar to Earth. This process could last thousands of years, but with intelligence and adaptability, our future technological achievements will surpass all imagination. Bringing humans to live on Mars will be the greatest event in human history. But more importantly, it will turn humanity into a space-conquering species. Meaning we can survive no matter what happens to Earth.